Hi, welcome to Gen X Glam on YouTube, and definitely welcome if you're new. If you're coming back and you've watched some other videos, welcome back. Either way, guys, it'd really help me out if you would subscribe, because as I've said in my other videos, I am going to figure out a way, and the research is underway to figure out a way to give away some of these glam giveaways using YouTube. I'm like this close to figuring it out. I got to respect all the YouTube guidelines. I want to make sure to do that. I definitely need more subscribers, because one of the rules is going to be you have to be subscribed to the channel. And I think the winner will be comment based, because I've found that there are a lot of programs out there that are super easy to use. You just plug in the reference, your URL to your video into the app, and it will like filter through all of the comments in that particular video for you, like vetting out duplicate comments and coming up with an ultimate winner. So I'm getting close to figuring it out. I mean, I have offered some great Discord, Gen X Glam Discord giveaways, but it just doesn't seem to be growing as quickly as we would like. So let's start. Maybe I aimed a little bit too high. Let's start with building this YouTube community. Those of you that are coming back to watch the videos, thank you so much. Please subscribe if you are returning and you're one of these people that are watching the videos but just not hitting that subscribe button. And stay tuned, because all of the giveaways I've talked about in other videos, talking about giving away on Discord, I think I'm going to find a way to like bring them here to YouTube. So I'm just getting ready to run some errands today. I wanted to use some of the techniques that I learned in my one-on-one virtual beauty consultation with the Charlotte Tilbury rep. And the first one I want to do is to do, like, let's do it together. What she said, the proper way to use this Wonder Glow toner is, she said it was multi-useful. It will hydrate you. It will give you glow. It's got niacinamide in it. It has essence in it, which she said is like a small molecule that basically drags stuff down deep in your skin. So whatever it is that you put on top of your skin, it's just gonna maximize that effect. And so I am actually gonna use some foundation today, because I've been using this Makeup Forever, this HD Hydrating Glow foundation. I've used it a couple of times. I used it yesterday when I did the readout. I don't know if you watched the video. I had this foundation on when I did the Charlotte Tilbury consult readout, and I just really like it. It says it's 86% skincare ingredients, and I feel that when I use it. I think I might have actually found a foundation that works with my aging skin. All right, so now the Charlotte Tilbury rep said like 6 or 7 drops on a cotton ball, and you're just supposed to rub this around. This is the exfoliating motion, right? Like we are exfoliating together. She just said, to rub it around until you feel like you've gotten, you've really smoothed out. I can actually feel, I can feel the difference, obviously, when you put on a product like this, which is meant to have exfoliating properties if you do it right. I can feel I can definitely feel it, as opposed to when you just like slap this on your hands and like throw it on like the old school, like Old Spice commercials where the guys were just like, dun, 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 whatever. So this is pretty much all absorbed off my cotton swab. Yeah, that's feeling pretty smooth. I love this method. This was just like, look at this, is just such a simple thing. Like, I learned a lot in my half an hour with the Charlotte Tilbury rep. Look at the glow I've got going on. All right, we've got to keep moving. She said after that, the thing to do is then to put the couple of drops in your hand and do the whole Old Spice, like, just finish my shave. Oh man, it smells like, okay, so if you're looking for something that doesn't have a scent, all right, I don't know necessarily if this is the product for you, but if you don't mind just a very fresh fresh scent, then try it out. You know, this is at Sephora. I mean, go to Sephora to do your product like swatching and testing and your sniff tests. But like I said, especially with a brand like Charlotte Tilbury, just buy it directly from her website or from her app so that you can start building your loyalty programs with her. And then maybe you can do a beauty consult as well. All right, so toner's down. Remember, the consultant said this is not a toner that you want to also use in conjunction with an alcohol-based toner. This is acid-free, alcohol-free. It's just supposed to give you a nice, hydrating, luminous glow. So there we have it. Pressing that in. I don't know, I don't really necessarily want to go too long on this video, but there were a few more things I wanted to say. Like I didn't mention yesterday when we talked about the best way to apply like foundation or, you know, concealer, liquid concealer. She had said you start, you know, from like the inside, like nose out in circular motion. She said you basically just follow the curvature of your face, whether you're using your fingers, whether you're using a beauty blender, or whether you're using a brush. And when we talked about brushes, she said that Charlotte says that, I mean, I can't afford too many of Charlotte's brushes, right? I bought this mini brush set because it was on mad discount. And it's so chicy. It reminds me of like the 1920s. I'm into vintage things. It's so soft and velvety. So I bought that, and I'm not probably gonna use those brushes. I just keep that on my glam station and look at it because it's beautiful. And I got this little brush. It's like a mini foundation brush. I got this in my beauty chest of secrets. So I think we're gonna use it today. So the makeup artist said that Charlotte says that Charlotte designs her brushes so they're like an extension of your fingers. And man, this thing is really, I mean, this is a smooth brush. So I was thinking, I mean, I wash my brushes all the time. What good is it doing me if I'm not using it? So let's use it. But before we do that, let's quickly get through some other skincare. I'm still trying to get my Shiseido starter kit that I bought. Still trying to get, this is the all over face serum. I don't have that many applications left. I really, really like this product. I feel like it really hydrates my skin and makes an excellent barrier for the makeup that's coming. Again, with the scent, if you are super hating scents, this has a slight scent to it again, but it's not like perfumey. It's just a slight scent. It's, to me, it smells fresh. It does not bother me. Not that I'm really not that sensitive to scents. There are a few products that have just been like big no's for me on the scent department, but it's not a lot. So now remember, I said in the readout video, advice from the consultant, the Charlotte Tilbury consultant, that we've talked about a million times, and you see other people tell you a million times, like, so the longer you can let your skincare soak into your skin, you know, like between all these steps, toner, serum, under eye prep, overall moisturizer, primer, sunscreen, like the longer you can let all of those things marinate before you actually and create that, you know, fantastic barrier before you get your makeup on, the better. So I'm just pressing this in. When the consultant yesterday talked a lot about pressing, and so if you're just doing your face, and especially this under eye area, where she said, you know, once you go in with your whatever it is corrector you're going to use, you just kind of like press it in. And throughout your routine, like if you just remember, well, let me go back and press here. She said that that's just, you know, a nice tip and trick, or even throughout the day. Like obviously have clean fingers, but if you just wash your hands after you know, use the restroom or whatever, at work, gym, school, wherever, when you have clean hands, just kind of like press in, like just press in the product that you had on. I like to pinch my cheeks a lot during the day just to bring some color back to it. See, that's not doing anything. And look at that color I just put on my face. All right, so let's go in with the Under Eye Concentrate by Shiseido. We're gonna put a little bit on. I don't have a lot. I mean, my errands today are super simple. Like, I don't need to put on a ton of makeup to do them. Just a little bit of, just a little pop of color, and in some products that like even out my skin texture, blend into my discolorations, that kind of stuff. So let's just keep going with this and hope it's not too extravagantly long, because I really do feel like there was a lot of great information. I don't know if I'm doing the best job storytelling it, but again, this is the Shiseido Under Eye Concentrate. Comes like, looks like this. All right, let's let that sit in there, press for a minute. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Shiseido moisturizer, and then things are really gonna start to move, I think. Remember how I told you, she said that you don't wanna go in with your powder when things are still wet on your face? So that was why she said to just keep pressing that correction, your color correction products, especially in the under eye area, because one of my questions was to her was, how am I supposed to be setting my under eyes? You know, can you go through the steps? And for that matter, my lids. And that was just really useful information for me to end up having. When I found out I was doing with my lids wrong after I was putting on my lid primer, I was kind of going right in with a creamy bronzer or a creamy eyeshadow base, which she said after you put on, this is the P. Louise Rumor Shade 2, one of P. Louise's most popular shades. Once you go in with the base, you're supposed to do like a light pressing of powder, which is a step that I was not doing. So you put on your base here, your creamy base. We're using P. Louise. After that, I'm just gonna set it with my Charlotte Tilbury compact setting powder. I don't use the loose setting powder. She told me, the beauty consultant yesterday told me the loose powder is more for people who are looking to get a lot of longevity out of their look, which I'm not really, that's not really my demographic. I just like to leave the house feeling pretty covered up, and throughout the day, if I can, like touch myself up, and by the time I get home, most of the makeup has organically like worn off. And yeah, it's like an easy face wash. I'm not every night melting off layers and layers and layers of makeup, right? But that's because that's me, and everybody is different. There we go. I don't know, a little bit of a base. Let's see here, I've already got my compact. I've picked this brush, it's an e.l.f. brush. It's, let's see, what does it say? Flawless Concealer. So I'm just getting a little bit on, and let's just press that in. And I'm just gonna leave it alone for a little while. Maybe after I do my foundation, I'm gonna come across my bridge too, drag it over the bridge. I'm gonna come back later and put my creamy bronzer on top of this, but let's just let it dry and set. That's the tip I learned. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I learned. Whether I'm executing it correctly, I guess time will tell. When I leave the house, I don't look completely embarrassing, so there's that. All right, let's move in with the face moisturizer, because I really need to get going. Wow, this, I'm just telling you, it is worth the wait. And this is so, that my skin is so soft right now. It is just feeling fantastic. This Shiseido, I think I even had a dream about this. I had a dream that this went on crazy sale. I don't know. like I'm having dreams, people. I'm having dreams about sales and gifts with purchases. No, I have a lot going on in life. I had also, don't judge me, I also had a dream that I traded my cat, my little beloved Ginger, who's down here rustling around in a bag. I had a dream that I traded her. And it was so weird. Like, in the dream, like, the family negotiated a trade for this other cat, and we didn't know when it would go down. And just one day, our cat was just gone, and we had this other cat. And we were all like, felt like we had no closure. Like, we didn't get to say goodbye. So the fact that I'm dreaming about gifts with purchases for Shiseido doesn't mean that I'm completely obsessed with my glam station. Just means it's on my mind. And the fact that I had a dream about trading my cat in, I have no idea what's going on with that dream. All right, I think we might be able to get in underneath the eyes now. They're still pretty prepped because they need time to set. I'm going in with my NARS, and remember how she said you stay right on this area and you just kind of blend it up so you're not putting the product like directly underneath your eyes. And this is the whole padding thing, which I've always done, but I never really realized. I mean, I think I've always in the past rushed how quickly I've come in with that under eye powder to set. And I think I've definitely gotten a little bit too close to just directly under my eye in past applications. So it's a matter of just getting, I guess, on top of that bone and then just patting. So you're just trying to diffuse it out with your fingers. It's really not a lot of product. And for me, it works. I have watched videos where people have done some magical cover-ups with their under eye circles that I just think I'm just so blown away by. So everybody is different, okay? So I'm just saying that this technique that she taught me makes sense for me. Keep the product create a more setback, all right, from your product than I had been doing, because you want to keep that area, you want to keep that, you want to protect that area immediately underneath your eye, this super fragile and delicate area. So give yourself a little bit more setback, let that product in that area dry before you go in and set it, so then you avoid any sort of cakey situation. All right, I wanted to, I'm still sort of nursing, and I'm wondering if this is going to be a scar, this like mark that I have from pickleball, from a blemish that I got from wearing my safety glasses and sweating. I don't know if anybody has been using the NYX Fix It contour sticks. It comes in 22 shades. So I have shade 01, the green color corrector. It's called, it's just called like soft green. Yeah, soft green. And then I have shade 5, which is vanilla, because my NARS mattifying pot primer is in the shade vanilla. It was a shade a Sephora rep, unsolicited, just offered, and I was like, okay, he seemed to know what he was talking about, and actually it's worked out quite well for me. So this is a light beige with a neutral undertone. So let's take a little bit of the this thing is so creamy crayony. I think you've seen me use my e.l.f. creamy corrector in this same color. It's still it feels creamy when you glide it on, but there's no, it's like a creamy crayon. It's not the e.l.f. I don't want to say that it's pasty, but it's definitely more liquidy. Okay, this is not liquidy. This is like a very creamy face crayon you're putting on. It comes, did I say it comes in 22 shades? So here we have another one of those products that I'm talking about that can overwhelm your general customer, especially when it comes to drugstore, because you can't swatch drugstore colors. So how are you really supposed to know, right? Trial and error. I don't know. So this is the vanilla. I'm just gonna put, it just feels like so, it feels so creamy smooth going on, but it's not liquidy. Like, don't even ask me what I'm doing because I don't know. I'm just trying to put some dots around my face because my skincare is really it's really soaked in there, and I just know I can just easily with my fingers blend all these dots I just made because that skincare is doing its job. It is so soft. My skin is so soft right now. Feels great. So let's consider that a little bit of an underpainting, because I do want to go in with a little bit of this Makeup Forever. I bought it in this shade 2Y20 in warm. It's a warm undertone. So let's take the instructions for this. The instructions for this particular, like, I'm going back and patting. I'm doing what she said. Go back and pat it all in. Pat, 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 pat. So the instructions for this were like 2 palms on the back of your hand. They said to start on your chin and like slide down, which is what I did when I demoed it before. But the Charlotte Tilbury person said to sort of start here and blend out, nose out. So I guess we can try that. I'm not going to do a ton here. I lost a light. That's helping me. I don't know if you can tell, but it does help me see a little better. When I put this on before, when I first demoed it, I wasn't sure if it was my shade, but I've used it more since. Nose out, nose out. Follow the curves of your skin. It's like mantras. Speaking of mantras, I think I've mentioned, I don't know in how many videos, I've mentioned that I used to run a lot. I used to be an ultra runner. Ultra races are anything more than a marathon. And I don't know, about 5 years ago, I had this like thing, and it was a medical thing. And when I came on the other end of it, it affected like my running mentally and physically. And so I don't know, I followed some doctor's orders and I kind of stopped running, but I miss it so much and I want to get back into it. So when I was a runner, I had mantras, because if you're running more than a marathon, which if you don't know, a marathon's like 26.2 miles. It's a long time on your feet. And when you start getting into ultra marathons, anything over that mile point, then it does become time on your feet. And I used to run ultra marathons. Well, that, you just did your best within the time that you had. I mean, there were cutoffs for do not finishes. But anyway, I would have mantras for these long races, like silly mantras. And so now I guess I've organically developed mantras for my face. Nose out, follow the curvature of your face. Get your mantras and stick with them, go with them, let them motivate you, right? So if I get back into running, I'll share that journey with you too, because it's going to be something that's going to be a huge part of my life, because it's something that I have given up in the past 5 years or so. And yeah, it'd be kind of fun to get back into it. You only live once, right? Go for it. All right, so I think that looks pretty nice. Another product that I've demoed before and I want to get back into and try, because I've been seeing it all over the place. It's this Milk. It's a cool water tint. Yeah, it's so different from the other Milk products, which, let me see. Oh, so much stuff on the Glam Station, and I'm spinning my little Lazy Susan here, looking for, over here. Let's use some Milk. Oh, that's not Milk. Here. Goodness, sorry about that. Here's a couple of the Milk products. Let's do this one's. They have like a little. I wish I had one in brown that I could contour with, but I mean they're creamy. That's like, it's kind of matty, and the new e.l.f. cooling stick is And people are talking about eating this. Gosh, I hope people aren't really eating this. This one is just more dewy, you know, than that matte. So let's just, I like it, and it matches my shirt. It feels so cool when it goes on your skin. Like, what I want to know is how. What ingredient is in this thing that's making it cold? It's making it cold when it goes on your skin. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Staying on the top of my cheekbone there, because that's where I usually stay. That's the recommendation for old people, that you stay up here and not drag your stuff down. That area down there is better for your contour. Let's go back in. Even though I've been loving my NARS creamy, not my NARS, my LYS creamy bronzing stick, I also love this NARS Laguna Light bronzer. It is one of my favorites, and it just happened to be right there, and so I grabbed it. All right, now I did not use the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just like old habits die hard, man. I love blending with my fingers, but I do want to use my brush. Wow, it's so many. It is so many. I don't know. How are we blending out? I feel like this video is a hot mess. I feel like I've talked about dreams. I've shared with you that I'm gonna start running again. That's so random. I've talked about giveaway transition. My transition thoughts about giving away on YouTube. I've just kind of run around in this video. We've looked at a few. This is a new product. These are new drops. These are all new drops right here. These 3 products have dropped in the past like 2 weeks. So if you want to try them, I recommend them actually, all of them. All of them. If you want a foundation that feels like skincare, this, it gives you a little bit of glow and coverage, like this is it, and not feeling cakey on your skin, like this is it. All right, we have some time. I need to get on my lids with a little bit of my creamy bronzer, because that's all I'm gonna do. And I think I still have, let's not waste that milk. This one, let's not waste that. Let's get that going on the lids too. Drag down a little bit here. That's something the Charlotte Tilbury person told me, like connect all of your stuff, right? If you can. All right, just a little bit of a pop of color going on there. Dragging down. We're gonna go in and we're gonna set this stuff. Look, I'm looking a little bit shiny. Let's get out the compact. This is the brush, kind of brush-ish she suggested for setting that under eye area. I was using a completely too big of a brush. Now in my video, let's do 2 things. Okay, let's use this one under this eye. I don't know if it's really gonna make that much difference. Let's go over that. I need to, like, I'm eyeing up my other brushes. And for the other eye, let's take the product that she said dropped last year, that Charlotte dropped last year. It's like a brightening finish. And just kind of set this eye with that one. I don't, honestly, like, e.l.f. has a knockoff of this. e.l.f. does. So does Wet n Wild. Where's my Wet n Wild? Look. Here's a Wet n Wild one. So you don't have to buy Charlotte Tilbury. You don't have to buy like a white palette to set your stuff with either. Again, you know, buy what you can afford. Buy what you find works for you. Take stuff back if it doesn't work. I take stuff back to Walmart. It's fine. Let's use this milk, because this is a lip and cheek stick, and I do like that color. just take stuff back. There's another random bit there. Thank you for watching. Again, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to join us on Discord, there will be links. There are links to join us on Discord in all of the video descriptions and many of the video comments. And I hope to see you out there. And I hope that you'll be one of my future giveaway winners too. Take care.